Okay, I seen this meme going around, right? And I wanted to address this on the show. Let me get this. Okay. Somebody said nobody has a better 5 album run than Kanye West, and they cited the College
Yeah.
Dropout, 2004, Late Registration, 2005, Graduation, 2007, 808s and Heartbreaks, 2008, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 2010. Wow, all of that was done in a 6 year period.
I didn't realize that.
I mean, it's pretty crazy actually. Okay,
Okay.
and so when I saw the post and posted on According to Hip Hop, it's a lot of people who because we put it up there as like a true or false thing. A lot of people agreed, but there were some people that were inserting Jay Z's name in there. But again, Volume 3, I think, takes him out of the running of that, right?
No, no, no. I think a lot of guys are in the running. He's still in the running, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, Volume 3. And again, I wanted to be clear. I'm not a huge fan of 808s and Heartbreaks. I wasn't when it came out. I really don't listen to it like that. But if you sit there and look at the impact of 808s and Heartbreaks, it's kind of like, I mean, it's Future before Future, but
It's future.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it basically set the foundation and the blueprint for a lot of these guys, mainly Drake. Everything that people love about Drake and the path that he took, I don't care what anybody says, So Far Gone is not so far gone without 808s and Heartbreaks being what it is. Drake has to take a whole nother path in his career. Now, I think that he already owes a lot of his career to the path that Kanye laid as far as image wise and not having to have any type of street credibility to be a hip hop star. That's one thing. But sonically, 808s and Heartbreaks did a lot for Drake's career in itself. So the impact of 808s and Heartbreaks is what it is, regardless if I love the album or not. So that already makes it somewhat credible, right?
Right.
I'm trying to think of anybody who has a 5 album run that even rivals that. Reggie says you guys need to peep that DJ premieres So What's Up episode 33. He tells a story about J. Rue the Damager played yourself in Junior Mafia. We'll check that out. LP says Nas just did it with Magic.
That's part of the D&D thing. With Big, I think.
Okay. Rigorol 7 says, yo, y'all peep that Cannabis dropped the Pete Rock album? What? Okay.
I just had a conversation about cannabis the other day, and I personally had a run-in with him when I was in high school a long time ago. He is easily like the most arrogant rapper I've ever met in my life, and he was a travesty as a person and a total fucking asshole and piece of shit.
Oh,
and
man.
So, yeah, no, straight up like that. I'm gonna talk about him like how I see him and how I remember him.
But that was a long time ago. We got to give a person.
No, Mike, understand how bad he was. That happened almost 24 years ago, and I'm still speaking of him in this manner. Straight up bitch ass nigga, how he moved that day. But straight up and down, I wouldn't be saying this had he had the rap career that he's supposed to have, because I wouldn't have the room to. And that's what happens when you talk that shit early and you don't deliver. There are people like out here, like me. I remember you. I remember what your buzz was. I remember how you acted that day when you came in the record store and literally reduced one of your fans to tears, who happened to be a friend of mine, and almost had to whoop your ass behind it. You better be happy that 6'9" security guard separated us. Was gonna whoop your ass that day. I'll whoop your ass if I were to see you now. You haven't done anything to influence or make this culture better. Next.
That happened 20-something years ago, cool. And again, I wasn't there. And again, I'm coming from a place where I thought he was nice on the mic, right?
No, he's nice on the mic. He's not nice in life. So when I see you, I see you.
Maybe he changed. I mean, we all different from 20 years ago.
I don't change. Ass whoopings go a long way. Like, I hold this ass whooping for you until I see you again. And he had a lot of nerve. Like, I'm not a big dude. Like, on a good day, I'm 5'10", 175. But that dude was small. I'm like, and you talking, he wasn't bigger than me in high school. And I was a small dude in high school. It's like, yo, nigga, it's like you shouldn't even be talking crazy this way. Like, niggas like you on my side got to knife a motherfucker from behind sometimes. Close your mouth.
So you're not going to listen to the album?
No, I'll listen to the album. It's going to be whack like all his other albums, though.
I'm going to listen to it. And I'm a huge Pete Rock fan, too.
Like I said, the beat's going to be tight. Still the same clown-ass nigga rapping on the mic, though.
But back to this 5 list. I
Is the
mean,
Dynasty Jay's fifth album? What's Jay's fifth album?
the Dynasty is. And see, this is the
That's the
thing.
problem.
I'm not gonna sit here and pick and choose with Jay because first of all, there's no reason that the Dynasty should actually be Jay-Z's album anyway. That's a compilation album. But he wanted it to be his album, so it's your album. And it's on there. And I feel the same way about the Jay Electronica album. You didn't put your name on it, that's not your album. I know y'all wanted us to count the Jay Electronica album in Jay-Z's past 10 years stuff, but he didn't put his name on the album. So it's not his album.
Right.
But Jay-Z's 5 is going to be Reasonable Doubt,
I'm looking.
Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and The Dynasty.
Right.
So, all right, let's just be perfectly clear here. Let's give him Reasonable Doubt over College Dropout, which I could see anyone being able to debate that.
Hold on, before you even go any further, I don't know if I want to line it up like that. It's like, let's just talk where the albums rank in relationship to where Ye's albums rank. As in, like, in Reasonable Doubt, he has something that trumps all of Ye's work, correct? Reasonable Doubt's better than everything that Ye's made. Are we clear on that?
I'm not totally clear that Reasonable Doubt.
Clear on that.
I'm not totally clear that Reasonable Doubt's better than
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No, the College Dropout, the one that I'm going for.
Oh, College Dropout? Oh no. Oh, I'm definitely taking Reasonable Doubt over College Dropout. It's not even a question.
Really? Okay. I think it's.
Yeah, I'm not
but see, the thing is with.
Okay. Oh, how about this? I don't think Ye has made a top 25 rap album yet, though.
Really? I think College Dropout's definitely a top 25 rap album.
No,
DeCarlo says if Kendrick delivers, he's gonna have 5 great albums too.
If he does, hold on. If he does have a top 25 rap album, it's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Really? Hold on. I want to get to that real quick because there's a lot of super chat. And I think everybody's gone. Okay. We're resuming. Yeah. We're back.
Okay.
Okay. People are like, what happened? It was my signal. My bad. Okay, so let's say Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt's better than the College Dropout because we'll get into all the other particulars, right? Volume 1 is not better than Late Registration.
No.
Graduation and Volume 2. That's interesting, man, because I'm not a huge fan of either of these albums. But I think that Graduation is held to higher regard. Yeah, Cannabis knocked us offline, yeah. I think Graduation's held to higher regard, and I think that Graduation's actually aged better. What do you guys think? Do you guys got Graduation or Volume 2? And let's just say that's a wash. And which, you know what, it's not a wash. That's Graduation. I'm not a huge fan of either of those albums.
I think there's more classic songs on Volume 2 than Graduation. So I'm actually going to lean on Volume 2. Yeah, I am. I'm not big on College Dropout and Graduation outside of the high moments that everybody else is. Because what
people are saying graduation easily.
I get what you're saying because you're talking about the moments. But what I'm trying to tell you is how about this? There ain't no Reservoir Dogs on Graduation. There ain't no.
It's not that kind of album though.
Yeah, no.
Is there a Can't Tell Me Nothing on Volume 2?
Yes, it's called Hard Knock Life.
It's not. I'm sorry. Can't tell. Hard Knock Life is alright. That shit is not as classic as people make it seem.
If you want to talk about it Can't Tell Me Nothing. Because
Can't Tell Me Nothing's better than Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. Outside of that, if the devil wears Prada, Adam Eve wearing, like outside of that little bar, that little 3-bar couplet, the rest of that song is unimpressive.
I see where you're coming from. You're coming from a bar standpoint. Obviously, Jay-Z's the better rapper between the two. So we're not even really comparing the individual rappers. We're talking about the body of work.
Classic rap song. No, it's a more classic rap song. Jay-Z sold 5 million. Hard Knock Life got a whole lot to do with that.
And it didn't age well. It did.
You know how I feel about it.
What about Flashing Lights? I hear Flashing Lights on commercials all the time. Honestly, Flashing Lights has aged better than everything on Volume 2. If we keep it a buck, Yeah, somebody said Flashing Light Washes Volume 2.
So
It's not even close. Nobody in the
if you're
chat is picking Volume 2.
no, listen to what I'm about to say. Well, you're talking about my favorite Kanye song right now.
Well,
You're talking about my favorite Kanye song on a solid album, though. If you're talking Flashing Lights, well, yeah. Flashing Lights is blowing everything on Volume 2 out the water, in my estimation. That does not make an album.
Brian says Hard Not Life aged like milk. I agree. 100%. DeCarlo says Graduation took out 50 Cent. That's a crazy moment. You know what? I will say this. Graduation changed the trajectory in the mainstream. The gangster shit on the mainstream level was done.
Music. We talking about the music.
I'm just saying, the music did that.
So name the songs. Good Life. How did Good Life hold up? Good Life held up the same way Hard Knock Life held up. Not well.
Okay. Flashing Lights held up very well. And so they can't tell me nothing.
Flashing Lights is my favorite Ye song.
Yeah.
Favorite.
It is what it is.
I remember, Mike, I got memories of being like VIP Velvet Room dancing to Flashing Lights.
It sounds like you're picking Graduation too. What about Barry Bonds?
No, I'm picking Barry Bonds is underwhelming. That beat is not hard, and their performances are not great.
Well, based on the people are easily picking Graduation over Volume 2. And I think that really takes Jay out of the running itself. Because Volume 3 is lined up with 808s and Heartbreaks, and that goes to Ye. And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy lined up with the Dynasty. That's 4-1.
So what I would also submit to you is that whoever said this was also, kind of speak in favor of Ye, because, well, if you get to those Nas and Jay like 6th, 7th, and 8th projects versus Ye shit, it's like, well, they're blowing him out the fucking water. But let's keep going.
But I think first 5 is fair.
It's a marathon, Mike, not a sprint. So if you want to talk about the first 5, let's talk about the last 5 too. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you pull up his first 5, is he gonna win? Well, yeah. Pull up his last 5. He's not even in the conversation.
I think artists' first 5 albums we get their best work. So I think that part of it's fair.
That's how things used to be.
007 says Nas has 3 classics in his first 5. It's qualified, and it qualifies, and it's better. But these artists got to be viewed within their lane. So Kanye's commercial impact qualifies, and I think that's the issue when you throw people like Scarface into the fold, right?
I didn't throw him in there because Scarface's first 5 albums are better than Ye's, but it's going to be hard to prove that argument because of the commercial.
It's going to sound so personal. Yeah.
Right. Well, also, too, when we're having this conversation live and thousands of people end up watching, it's like, well, I need people to be acquainted with Scarface's catalog the way that they are with Ye, if they are really hip-hop fans like they say anyway. But that's another conversation.
But I do think that this is, and I think it's fair to say, I think that Scarface has an appeal to the people he appeals to. And I think that...
I'm so tired of people saying that about Scarface. Scarface makes great hip hop music. And
he does. You're not
listening to Scarface, I agree. You're the one that's missing out on great hip hop music. No, he makes great hip hop music. If you love great hip hop music, then you love Scarface. All you people talking out here like, oh, I love Pac, I love Jay, I love Big, I love Nas, but I don't feel Face like that. Well, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But, you don't think that...
No, you're regional. I'm sick of these people talking regionally about what they love, and then they leave Face out of it. It's like, well, I fuck with this, I fuck with that, but I can never fuck with Face like that. It's like, but then they name all these East Coast guys that don't have a catalog that's even comparable. It's like, no, you like what you like. If you like hip-hop music, you do like Face, because there ain't nobody that stepped into this sphere that's been more consistent with making great hip-hop albums and songs. Don't say that you're a big hip-hop fan if you don't like Face.
Well, you don't think the Tupac...
It's like somebody saying they don't like Nas or like Rakim or like Jay. Well, then you're not a fan.
Hold on. I'm going to get to the super chat and I want to address that. If somebody
told you they didn't like Nas, you would think like, what do you know about rap? That's how you need to look at Face. If you, I don't like Face like that. Oh, well, you don't really know rap like that, nigga.
LP says, Nas, Illmatic. It was written, I am Nostradamus, Stillmatic. Nas got 3-2 on that. Outkast got him beat 2. Ghostface first 5 as well. We'll explore all of those. And see, again, they said nobody, so I'm thinking about an individual and not a group. So
Okay.
that's just my
Well,
opinion. So I thought that this post was more so based on an individual and not groups. But yeah, we'll throw Nas in the fold real quick, and we'll throw Ghosts in the fold real quick. And I do want to address what you said though.
no,
I
I want to
think that a
address it too
lot of
because I'm
those
tired of people
artists,
isolating Scarface out of this hip hop greatness conversation. Like, well, it's okay for me to be this hardcore hip hop lover and not love Scarface. No, it's not.
do you think that the people that you name made certain songs that allowed them to be received by audiences who aren't hardcore hip hop fans in ways that Scarface may not have? Is that
No,
fair?
I think it's bullshit ass East Coast bias with people trying to sit up there and trying to express it intelligently, but it really just comes off as bullshit ass East Coast bias because that's what it is. Faye's been making albums since the late '80s and been making classic material literally the entirety of our lives, and people be popping up trying to slide it off to the side. He was here before Pop and Nas and
And big.
Redman and Big and
Yeah.
Jay making classic material. And what people are not about to do is just slide him out of the fold conveniently because he came around when the South wasn't popular.
I agree
Right.
with that. Rigorol
Right.
says,
What you
bruh,
talking
y'all
about?
gotta remember your second semester mixtape. I forgot about that. I mean, but those are mixtapes.
Those are mixtapes.
And and like I was telling Coop offline, right? When we talk about the stuff that didn't make it on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, we talk about My Mama's Boyfriend. We talk about Good Friday in itself. We talk about Chain Heavy. There's a lot of stuff that didn't even make it on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No,
That's some brilliant work.
you
The
could have
Joy
took the
was
last.
supposed to be on there too.
What was supposed to be on there?
The Joy. They threw it
Really?
on Watch the Throne.
Really?
Yeah, that was part of one of those Good Fridays too.
So you could have taken those last 4 tracks on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and put those 4 tracks we just mentioned on there, and we're talking about one of the greatest rap albums of all time. But since he didn't do that, it's not even better than the top end of Jay and Nas shit or Rakim shit. So okay.
Huh. Oh, I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted
My
Fantasy.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. No. I want to do this because people be talking about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Mike, like every track on here is classic. Pull it up.
You think the Blueprint's better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The Blueprint is better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted
You know why
Fantasy. I'll stand on that. I'll stand on that.
The only reason why I'm thinking about that.
There ain't even no lyrical exercise has a bonus record to get you excited about Ye as an MC the way lyrical exercise does.
You keep going back to the MC. Are we talking about the piece of work?
Who made the album, Mike? The MC makes the album. That is the centerpiece of the album. The centerpiece of the album is the MC and his mic performance.
Even on the Chronic? Even on the Chronic and Doggy Style, or is that different?
No, the centerpiece of the Chronic is Snoop Dogg. He's the main MC on. That's why I keep trying to say it's like, well, Snoop Dogg wrote the Chronic and Doggy Style. The centerpiece of the Chronic is Snoop. Yeah. As an MC, the centerpiece of the Chronic, you don't go to the Chronic looking for Dr. Dre's moments. You go looking for Snoop's moments. Snoop is the centerpiece of the Chronic too. Dr. Dre is the producer, and you know it.
LP says Face and Nas, DMX, and Jay, my favorites out of the 90s. Jay Short says Face is my number 2 all time, but Face content is very dark at times, so I can see why people may not feel him. He's too real, no flash.
He's too real in a climate where the whole point of the climate is to express what we're going through. Okay.
Okay.
You hear what I'm saying about how people talk and how it don't even make sense. It's like, you do understand that hip hop was created for us to express our inner city angst.
And he does that very well.
And he does that better than almost anybody who's ever fucking lived.
Illmatic's better than College Dropout, right?
That's not.
Then you got It Was Written in Late Registration, which I think is very interesting.
But
I'm going to go It Was Written, right?
I already know how they go.
Okay, Graduation and I Am. I think that goes Graduation.
Stop for a second. This is why I bring up the whole I Am debacle. Because if the real I Am comes out, we'll know, Mike, it's not Graduation. And actually right here, this conversation is over. If the real I Am comes out, when I mean this conversation is over, there's not even room for anybody to put this Kanye 5 album thing up years later. That's how important I Am being bootlegged is. Because clearly, If the real version of I Am comes out, well, nobody creates this Kanye post about 5 albums because Nas already got you on the first 3 because your first 3 aren't better than his first 3. The real version of I Am smokes Graduation, like handily. And so that leaves him with 808s and Heartbreaks being better than Nostradamus, which isn't saying much because I'll tell you what, ain't no head taking Stillmatic, ain't taking My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy over Stillmatic.
I got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy over Stillmatic.
It's not better.
And you know, we got Braveheart Party on there.
Yeah, right.
You got
right.
Smoking on there. You got Yourself a Gun on there.
Easy Talk Me. Yeah.
I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is better than Stillmatic. And I say that respect.
No, Mike. And I knew you were going to say
now,
that. That's why
if Made You Look was on Stillmatic, we have a whole different conversation.
No, Mike, I want to pull up the records.
Go ahead.
No. Let's go. Stillmatic intro.
Oh, yep. We doing that right now? Hold on. Let me get the KD Super Chat real quick. KD Super Chat, he says, Heartbreakers by Game was met for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy 2, produced by RZA, featuring Rev Burke. RZA got mad at Game for leaking the song because he sold the beat to Ye. Rigger Ross says Face is the only elite MC that nobody ever tests. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here real quick. So
let's go. You don't do it, Mike. Mike, you about to get your feelings hurt so bad.
No, go for it.
Everybody else, no. You about to see how great Stillmatic is and how My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy gets attached to the legend of the person involved more than the music. And I love My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but it's not better than Stillmatic.
All right.
Mike, Stillmatic intro or Dark Fantasy?
Dark Fantasy.
Mike, nobody believes you. It's not better
than
Stillmatic.
Come on, the RZA track? Crazy.
Yeah, you too many ends. That's why your win's low. That's better than Blood Slave Heart of a King. I'm gonna let the people put you back in your place, Mike.
No, I'm going with the still. I mean, I'm going with My Beautiful Dark Twisted in Fantasies intro.
Mike, the intro to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is not better than the Stillmatic intro.
I think it's the strongest song on the album, in my opinion. It was my favorite.
That's why you're talking personally, not objectively. I'm telling you, the Stillmatic intro is better. But I'll tell you what we'll do. About You, we'll wash it. No, we'll wash it. And
people in the chat are saying Dark Fantasy.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they said, Dark Fantasy intro bumps. Stillmatic's the better raps, but yeah, people are saying Dark Fantasy. Yeah.
Okay, guess what? I'll give you that. You can have it. Because I got plenty of records to go off of that you don't have. Ether versus Gorgeous.
Well, I personally like Gorgeous, but I guess I got to get at the Ether.
Right, because Gorgeous is setting the guy that most people are calling the greatest MC of all time back 3 steps. Yeah, okay.
I just never liked the beat, but go ahead.
Got Yourself a Gun or Power? I'll give you Power for that. Right. Mike, All of the Lights are smoking.
All of the Lights.
I'll give you All of the Lights. Mike, You're the Man or Monster?
You're the Man.
Okay, so where are we at?
We got 3-2 Nas. I mean, I'm sorry, 3-2 Kanye.
Okay. So Appalled or Rewind?
So Appalled.
It's not better than Rewind, Mike. Stop that.
It is a better song.
You know how I feel about pushing Rewind. Mike, you step up and disrespect Rewind every time that you get a chance to.
It's a dope interlude type of song, but when we talk about a full song, man, it's not.
Rewind. I'm talking about, you understand I'm talking about Rewind, right?
It's a dope concept, but it's not a better song. I want to ask the people, man. What's the better song? Rewind or So Appalled?
No, explain something to me. So is the concept of So Appalled better than the concept of Rewind?
It's no concept. It's just guys on their rhymes.
Hold on. No, Mike, stop doing it. Answer my question. Is the concept of So Appalled better than the concept of Rewind? Yes or no?
No, because there's no concept.
Are the lyrics better?
Everybody's saying So Appalled.
Are the lyrics better? I'm asking you a question. Are the lyrics better?
Well, I see Rewind a lot. I'm looking at the people. Are the lyrics better?
Are the lyrics better?
I mean, Nas is the greatest lyricist.
He's rapping backwards, Mike. No, it's not. So let's get this straight. The concept's not better. The rhyme's not better. Is the beat better? Is that what you're telling me?
The beat is better.
Okay, so
you know what? Rewind is taking over in the chat. So Rewind got it.
I want to see that whole dark fantasy thing too, because I don't believe that.
No, people pick dark fantasy, but
I love dark fantasy.
Rewind's taking over now. Okay, your turn again.
Oh, you're gonna love this, Mike. One Mike or Runaway.
No, it's not Runaway. It's Devil in a New
One
Dress.
Mike or Devil in a New Dress, or One Mike.
You know, I'm not capping here, man. I never was a big fan of One Mike like that.
And this is where you start getting slaughtered, and this is where
I'm going Devil in a New Dress.
That's right. What are the people saying, Mike?
I'm sure people are gonna say One Mike, so I'll give it to One.
Slaughtered right now. So what is it? Hold on. Objectively speaking, I'm not talking personally. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking objectively.
Okay, One Mike. That's become one of his quintessential records. So now we're looking at 4-3.
Who?
Nas.
Because we're just got done with the strong part of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You understand that, right?
So now we're going. Well, your turn.
Right, Mike. Runaway.
Yeah, we're Runaway. What's that?
Second Childhood.
I like Second Childhood a lot, but Runaway has to take that.
I'll take Runaway over Second Childhood too.
4-4.
And you're not winning any more records except for Braveheart Party. You got 4 records left, and I'm about to take the rest of them except for one. Destroy and Rebuild or Hell of a Life. That's Destroy and Rebuild.
Destroy and Rebuild.
The Flyest or Blame Game. The Flyest. You see how you start losing this battle, Mike? Mike, it's already over right there. We're done right there. I got you 6. There's only 2 tracks
So we got
left.
Lost in the World next.
And Braveheart Party.
Okay.
If you count Braveheart Party. Right.
And Who Will Survive in America? And that's, that's spoken word. So.
Right. Oh, but Mike, let me keep in mind that without that spoken word, we still have What Goes Around poking in the back end of Stillmatic. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is not better than Stillmatic. Because What Goes Around, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. It's about one record. It's the What Goes Around record that's on the back end of Stillmatic. There's no record like that on the back end of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The first 10 tracks line up. What Goes Around puts Stillmatic over the top.
It does.
And that's why I tell you, Kanye doesn't even have a top 25 really rap album, because Stillmatic is probably Nas's 5th best album.
I think the College Dropout.
Your best shit like Nas's 4th or 5th best.